Okay, hey everybody, it's Paul again, and just want to tell you about my own story of the last 21 years of getting cleaned up, getting sober, and the journey with my family, and in doing the work that I did in graduate work in drug and alcohol counseling at UCLA. I'd like to tell you a few stories of that. And recently, this book I wrote on EMDR counseling that I now do with EMDR. EMDR is something that is a fairly new understanding of therapy. It's only in the last 10 years that it's taken off, and you should look at it because it's being used by the Veterans Administration in the United States for PTSD for soldiers, veterans. It's being authorized by the American Psychiatric Association, by this group called SAMHSA, which is a United States group that does drug and alcohol programs throughout the country. If I could boil it down, I think that what we're talking about is a moment of trauma. Say if somebody relapses, or if somebody has a terrible, catastrophic, situation with, crystal methamphetamine, and some very difficult sexual activity, especially in the gay community, or a car accident, a death, or a near-death experience. These are things where you can have awful beliefs that kind of glue themselves on to this traumatic, tragic circumstance. And so what happens is that these beliefs at that moment, at that time, sort of get stuck. And Dr. Vanderkolk, who was, head of trauma at Boston General, wrote a beautiful book about this called "The Body Keeps the Score," and that's where so many of these ideas I got from my own book on EMDR came from in that book, and that was about the many ways in which this trauma is sort of sticks in our body, and we know about that because we can think about the pain that we feel in our head, the heaviness in our chest, the heaviness in our gut, the heaviness in our shoulders, and these are all manifestations of pain and grief. We want to detach those belief systems melded, right, to our traumatic circumstance. And I say meld because, in some metallic chemical reactions, the both chemicals, both metals are actually changed. And we need to extract it, right? We need to do kind of a mining exercise of extracting these memories. But I think what's more important is to articulate and alter the beliefs that are attached to that. Because as we get older and we get more confident, we get more capable, we get new jobs, we achieve, successes, we get, boyfriends and girlfriends and husbands and wives, and life gets to be pretty okay and pretty dependable and pretty definable. And we're in a better circumstance to be able to extract that. Now, some people go to talk therapy, right? I did myself several times.